Hey y'all, it's Shyne.intl here, and I am back with another video. Today we'll be talking about how important it is to stay present and live in your now. It just feels so good to be back filming. It's been a crazy month for me. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. I've been recovering from a cold, which was not COVID related. Thank God for that. For the past 2 weeks, my voice has been shot. Like, it was terrible where you couldn't even hear what I was saying. So the past couple days, I've been my voice is pretty much back to normal. It has a little rasp in it, but it's not like nothing too crazy. And I didn't want to film with my man voice. Even though I've gotten feedback of people saying that it was cute, but still, it wasn't, you know, me. It wasn't my voice. So I was just like, let me just chill and go with the flow, which we'll get into that later in this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified every time your girl drops a new heat. Whether I go missing or not, baby, you don't want to miss it when I come back. Period. I just have so much to talk to you guys about. I don't want this to be a traditional like 1, 2, 3 like how I usually do my how-to videos. I just want to talk freely or whatever, kind of like a chit chat. Just talk about how important it is to be present, to live in your now, to appreciate your now moment. Many of us are either stuck in the past or we're stuck in the future. We're so worried about things we did 3 years ago, mistakes we made, or we're so worried about like what's gonna be in the future, what's gonna be of the future, how can I make my future better. I'm a person who loves to live in the future. Well, I'm not even gonna say the future. I feel like I live in both. I go to the past a lot, I go to the future a lot. I was everywhere but right here, right now. First, I'm going to explain how it feels living in the past, how it feels living in the future, and then I'm going to get into how we could stay in the present, okay? And why is it so important to live in the present, in our now? When we're living in the past, we're constantly beating ourselves up for things that we've done, mistakes that we've made, things we could have done differently, just living in the past. And it's just like sometimes even living in the past can reincarnate as us scared to make the same mistakes or make the same decisions, or ruling out everything else and just being stuck on an outcome because of how it happened in the past. Like, maybe if I would have did this differently, this would have happened, or maybe if I would have done this or didn't do this, this would have happened. But y'all, literally there's nothing that we can do about the past. It happened already. It came, it went. Honestly, it doesn't exist anymore. It happened. All we can do is learn from what we have, the choices we've made, the decisions we've made, the mistakes we've made in the past. That's all we can really do. I'm gonna use myself as an example per usual, because I can't really think of an example off top right now. But okay, so back in the days, I was a dancer. If you guys haven't seen that video, that story time, I'm gonna put it somewhere up here so you guys can link to that and just get to know me on a deeper level. But I used to be a dancer, and at one point in life, I was really judging myself for dancing. Like, after I got done dancing and that was part of my past, I can't believe I danced, I wish I never did that, and it's just like that manifests as in like fear. Well, not now, but the unhealed version of me is like a fear of me not ever wanting to go back to dancing. So I hated the fact that it was part of my history, part of my past so much, and I was so scared to ever go back to that point. You get what I'm saying? Even though I know damn well I'm way past that point. At the time, I wasn't acknowledging my present self, the self that had nothing to do with the strip club. I was still stuck on my past self, and why did I do this, and why did I do that, and why did I resort to dancing? It happened already. And now that I'm healed from that, I'm grateful for that chapter in my life. That chapter in my life was what I needed to be where I am now. Every little thing that you've done in your past adds up to where you're at right now. And if this is not a desirable place for you right now, it is okay. Okay, you cannot beat yourself up. You cannot hold on to it. You cannot change it. You have to accept everything in your past. I'm talking about even from childhood, like things that you had no control over. You still have to learn how to accept it and accept it as part of who you were. We're constantly evolving, we're constantly changing, we're constantly getting better, growing, just becoming better people. The person who you were last year is not the person who you are this year. You have gained so much knowledge, you have gained so much intellect, you have gained so much experience in 1 year. You cannot be the same person. You could have some of the similar qualities of your old self, or you get what I'm saying, some of the same habits. Even a stagnant person is making 0.1% progress and improvement, or learn something along the way. You need to understand you are not that girl from 10 years ago. You're not that girl from last year. You're not even that girl from 6 months ago. You're no longer that girl that was in an abusive relationship and, you know, accepting and tolerating such behavior. Sorry to get so deep, but it's a really deep subject because some people are unable to move on. It's like they're constantly reliving these things in their mind on a day-to-day, to the point where they're unable to enjoy their now, their present. People that suffer from PTSD, suffer from trauma, it really takes an effect on people's lives more so than others. And so I just wanted to be the one to say that it's okay. You're no longer that girl. Accept her as an old version of you. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about living in the future. Now, this is something that I could attest to because I live in the future more so than the past. I go back and forth. Living in the future creates anxiety. Why? Because you're worrying. Why? What are you worrying for? You're worrying about what's gonna happen next. You're worrying if you're gonna have enough money for this next week. You're worrying if you're going to be able to achieve this. You're worrying about your next goal. You're worrying about your next endeavor. You're worrying. My thing is, when I'm in the future, of course I'm gonna use me as an example. When I'm in the future, I'm thinking about, okay, I need to reach this goal. I already reached this, but I need to get here. When I get here, I'm gonna be satisfied. When I get 50K subscribers, I'm gonna be good. Like, I need to have X amount of money in the bank by this certain time. I don't even know which one is worse when it comes to either living in the past or living in the future. Okay, living in the past is worse because there's nothing that you could do to change. But living in the future is bad too, because it's like you're not appreciating your now. Your goals require a journey. You're not gonna get what you want overnight. Sometimes you may. That's a different story for a different time. You're constantly working towards your goals in your now. But when we live in the future, it's hard for us to appreciate what we have now. Let me break this down. Your goal is to make $10,000 a month from your business, right? Okay, boom. You're focused, like, I gotta make this 10K a month. That's my goal. I'm not gonna be happy, I'm not gonna be satisfied until I make 10K a month. Let's say you started at 0. You were working a 9 to 5 and you just quit and you just decided to go with your business out on a limb, right? You're not quite at 10K, but you're at $8,000. You're making $8,000 a month, which is close to 10K. But you're so worried. You're like, oh, I'm so close. I'm at 8K. I'm almost at 10K. Gotta keep going, I'm not gonna be satisfied till I get 10K a month. Consistently. Exhale. You're making 8K a month. You had a 9 to 5 where you made $1,500 every 2 weeks. You're now making 8K a month. In the future, you want to make 10K a month. But you don't acknowledge the 8K that you're already making. You don't appreciate the 8K that you're already making. You're so hung up on the 10K a month that you're not even acknowledging how far you came. From 0 from your business to 8K a month. That is wonderful. But you don't see it. Why? Because it's not the goal you set out for. Okay, boom, let's say you made it to 10K. You celebrate, ow, 10K a month, ow. Now it's on to 20K. Now you striving for 20K. There's nothing wrong with drive and ambition, y'all. Don't get me misconstrued. Live in your now. Appreciate your now. Appreciate your here and now. You don't know if you'll ever make it to 20K. But right now, you're making 12K. Live in it, bask in it, trust in it. This is something that I had an issue with. We be so quick to move on to the next goal that we don't even realize the stuff that we may manifest is already here. It's already here in our now. We so pressed on what's to come. If you base your happiness on what's to come, you're never going to be happy. It's like chasing a high. Once you reach a certain tolerance level, now you ready for the next level. You're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to feel accomplished. Let's say your business loses 20K. And so now you're back at square one. And so now you're living in the past. I was making 15K a month. Oh my gosh, what was I doing? Like, how could I have not? Like, now you're missing the fact that you were once making 15K a month. But in that moment, you weren't worried about that because it wasn't the 20K. I hope I'm conveying the message to you guys. It's not just financially, it's just period. Even relationship wise. What can I do right now to change my future? Don't obsess over, am I gonna be successful? Am I gonna be this in the future? No, what can I do right now to be successful in the future? The future doesn't exist because it hasn't happened yet. The past doesn't exist because it's not here and now, it's gone. Honestly, right now, our present is what exists. This is the only time frame. This is more so on the spiritual level, but this is the only time right now, right here, right now is the only time that exists. Yeah, this is important, like for real. Okay, so now here are some tips to be present. Use your past and your future as reference tools, but don't get stuck there. You're just using them as reference. You're using your past as a reference because you're seeing how far you've come. Now that you have evidence of you taking a risk and it going well in the past, you can use that in your present tense if it calls for something that requires you to jump out on faith. Now you use your future as a reference for your goals. So you know that right now you're making 8K. You want in the future to make 10K. You use that as a goal, as a guideline, but you're not worrying about it. You're not obsessing over it. You're living life. You're here, you're present. You're learning everything that you have to learn. You're seeing all the things that you have to see. You're living all the things that you have to live in this 8K moment because it's preparing you for that 10K moment. You're being grateful, you're happy. Yeah, you have in the back of your mind, I want to make 10K by 3 months, but you're not stalking the 10K. Ignoring the fact that you're making 8K a month. You're happy right now, right here. Everything we need is right here and right now. And there is just such peace to knowing that. Because I'm the type of girl to worry about, I worry a lot. I don't ever want to lose this moment. I am living my dream life right now. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I have 20K subscribers. Do y'all know I've been wanting to be a YouTuber for 3 years? And it's here. I'm here. Everything that led up to this point right here and right now, it gives me so much hope for my future. It's just such a warm and cozy feeling. So if you want to get in the present, be grateful right now. Be grateful for your right now. Even if it's not the best time of your life. Even if this is a low point for you guys. You're learning so much in your low point. Don't be so obsessed to get past this point. Embrace it. Learn from it. Understand why you're at this low point. For anybody who may be feeling like I'm just ready to hurry up and get to the best parts of my life. Like, understand that even though it's not what you intended, this is another good part of your life. You're learning something. You're going through this for a reason. Learn from it, embrace it, accept it, and live through it. If you're going through a heartbreak, feel your emotions from this heartbreak right here, right now. And just understand that better days are coming. Don't obsess over better days. Just know that they're coming. Another way to be present is like on a day-to-day type of thing, honing in on life. So like, you ever realize you're driving but you're not really there? You're either thinking about the past, or you're thinking about the future, or you're thinking about things you have to do, whatever. I like to snap myself back into reality. So I like to look at people's license plates. Pay attention to the cars that's driving around me. Oh, that's a blue Toyota. Or look at the weather. Oh, it's sunny outside with partly cloudy. Like, just pay attention to what's around you. Yeah. It's 444. That is a confirmation. Just pay attention to all that is around you. Take note of how it smells in the air. Or listen for something. Listen for something that you never noticed. Like, my fridge be making mad loud noises every couple of hours. That just brings you to here and now. Taste something when you're eating. Actually taste the flavors. Actually, like, indulge in it. It's so easy for us to zone out in our thoughts or in our phone. Like, just pay attention to right now. Like, I'm gonna take a sip of this wine. A little bitter. I love bitter wine. Just pay attention to how it goes down. Also, if you're somebody who's empathetic or who connects with emotions, pay attention to how you feel in a certain moment. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now, randomly? And just pay attention to how you're feeling, how your body's feeling, all of that. That's how you bring yourself to the present. That's how you live in the present. Like I said, use the past and the future as tools for manifestation, as tools for self-reflection, as tools for your here and now. But don't get too hung up on the past. Don't get too worried and caught up on the future. Okay, y'all? I hope this video helped. I hope you guys resonated with me. Those who resonate with me, y'all meant to. And those who don't, it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I love you guys so much. If you're present, leave some tips on how to be more present in the now. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified every time I drop some new heat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you.